What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. I'm your host, your guy, Jay Money. That's my guy, Jordan Sharp. It's my guy, Junior Browne. Triple J show. We here, man. Damn, Jaron Jackson Jr. come back today or somewhat. Now I'm messing with you, but appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles, NBA content we have over there. Jordan, what's up with you, my guy? Everything good with you?
Yeah, couldn't get a win last night, but I guess I got the next best thing was a push. I had the under in Clippers in Portland, landed right at 225. As soon as the Kawhi news hit, though, I jumped in for a little more, so I lost a little bit. But I mean, yesterday's card, obviously, I wasn't on the show, but not that exciting. A little bit better tonight with 12 games this evening. So excited to see what you guys have to say about tonight. How was your day yesterday, Junior?
I went 1-2 on my show picks, which is super annoying because you mentioned one of the main reasons. My bad for picking on these goddamn Clippers without thinking about the OG, the originator, the king of the rest, the king of playing when he feels like it, who apparently missed the game with a sore foot, as if every professional athlete doesn't suffer from a sore foot right now as we speak. But anyways, Mr. Kawhi didn't feel like playing. Went 1-2, no excuses. I'll do better today. J Money, what's up with you? How was your day yesterday, bro?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, man. I did drop the I ended up going with the Knicks first half. Obviously, they were full squad. I ended up losing there with -3, but I personally put some on Timberwolves plus the 3.5. I remember we were talking about it, like, why in the hell is it 3.5? Is Karl-Anthony Towns or somebody out? Yeah, I said if they're full squad, I gotta sprinkle some on them. So I did. I sprinkled a little some on them, and I woke up and they cashed. So that was nice, but still dropped that Knicks first half still pissed me off, and especially when they come back to cover the full game spread as well after you coming out like that. But it happens, guys. I must say I'm primed today, man. I feel some shit today. I'm ready to get to it, man. So let's do it. We got the Suns versus 76ers first game. We have a card today. This is a card.
Yeah.
Some NBA games. Not WNBA, kind of like maybe turn into that, but Suns versus 76ers, my guys. 76ers 1-point underdogs here at the house. They do have both. This is the first game of back-to-back for both teams. 76ers have the Bucks tomorrow. Suns have the Celtics. Junior, you think the 76ers can get some revenge for their loss they took in Phoenix, or you think the Suns keep it going with that sticky defense, my guy?
Yes, I'm going to take the under in this game. I think it's going to be a playoff game. It's an official play. I really, you know me. I usually all over the Suns. The thing is, in this game, if this is what you do every day, the price is as important as the side. You can't just blindly make bets because you think one side is better than the other. And even though I think Phoenix is the better side, the price to me, it should not be anything worse than a pick'em or -1 for Philadelphia. So I just think the price is with Philadelphia. The line is, I'm not going to go as far to say disrespectful because I do think Phoenix is a better team. But Philadelphia is one of the best teams in the NBA. They're at home, and that's where they do their damage. They're a full 6 points better at home than they are on the road. And I just think that if I'm going to bet this game, if I'm going to bet the side, I'd have to take Philly. But I'm going to take the total and go under. First of all, Phoenix's defense can hold any team to a low score, and Philly's offense is pretty bad. It's not good. It's definitely regressed since the beginning of the season. And in a playoff type game, like I keep saying, I think that's going to come to fruition. And I don't think that the winner of this game scores more than 110 points, to be honest.
Got you. Yeah, I think Junior love him some Suns, and he says still Sixers are nothing for him. Jordan, you riding with him on that under play, my guy here? Two really good defensive teams.
I don't know if I can be riding with because I already jumped on the train. I guess I'm co-captain of the under on this game here, so I think you're the one that's going to have to jump on the train, J Money, because to make it official here,
no total,
bro. I'm just hoping tonight. Ditto everything Junior said, but I'm just hoping tonight that Ben Simmons, over that illness, is locked on to Devin Booker tonight if he plays. And I'm hoping kind of Tobias Harris takes another game off because that would also really help the under on this one. But I am absolutely in lockstep with Junior in this one. Sixers are the third best home defense in the league. Suns are the eighth best road defense. You have the Suns who are going to do whatever they can to force this game into a half-court set basketball game. I think the first meeting, I believe, went way over the total also between these two back in February. I think that's going to lend itself to the under in this game as well. So combined with Philly's injury issues right now, I think if Simmons sits, that's kind of a push in regards to offense and defense, but Harris is the one to look for. If he sits out again, I think this total will drop again. I mean, you got a Sixers team wanted to catch the under in, I think, 7 of the last 8 too. And Phoenix, I believe, is making money cashing the under on the road against Eastern Conference teams as well. I'd have to double check that too, but I think they're like 5-3, 5-4, something like that on the road against the East. So absolutely on the under here. It's all to J Money to make it the official play of the show right off the bat here.
Yeah, how do we make a play on it? How do we make anything official? I'm not making anything official right now, guys. So even in a game like this, I'll tell you some games that I like here. So it would be Philly or nothing for me here. They do have the Bucks tomorrow. Obviously, it's it's an in-conference opponent, and it's a revenge game as well. So we wonder here which game does Philly really want to win or really care about? Obviously, I mean, they could choose to rest some guys today. They could choose to rest some guys tomorrow. This is a revenge spot for the Suns as well. It's just they're a Western Conference team. So it's like, do they want to prove something against them? Obviously, one of the best teams in the league, or do you want to go and beat the Bucks tomorrow? So if they didn't have Bucks tomorrow, I'll tell you, I'd be all over the 76ers right now. Obviously, Simmons is questionable. Tobias Harris is questionable as well. So we really need to see. The line is going to go whichever. I think the total will move as well with both of those guys. So let me say this. If it's full squad for the 76ers, I would possibly go with the 76ers. But still, I do think that it'll be in the back of their minds that they have the Bucks the very next day. So it is a tricky cap here. It is. I know the Suns are definitely one of the better defensive teams in the league. They can't shut down anybody. It's just a crazy thing, guys. That seem like teams after they beat the Bucks, they lose the next game. The Clippers beat the Bucks, then they lost to the Magic. The Hornets beat them, then they lost to the Hawks. The Mavs beat them, then they lost to the Spurs. The Warriors beat them, then they lost to the Wizards the very next game. So, and then no lie, these are just the trends. After you beat the Bucks, you lose the next game. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe that bodes well for Philly here. Obviously, I would need full. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to keep saying it. I need a full squad for the 76ers because we know the Suns going full squad. One thing, Junior, I know if you was watching the last game, Suns game, Aiden kind of got pretty banged up. He did stay in the game. I know he was holding his left arm down pretty much. So just be interested to see if Aiden is 100%. You're going to need to be 100% going up against likely the MVP front runner, Joel Embiid. So, it'd be – what'd you say, Junior?
Not to interrupt you, but Joel Embiid, who, by the way, always kind of takes it personal when he plays against another young center. He doesn't like other young big men at all. And I like that. That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to like your opponents. He's kind of old school in that way. So I expect Embiid to be kind of turned up, which is another reason why I'm kind of afraid to take the Suns in this spot.
God, that's a good point. And I'm like Montrezl Harrell, man. If you got on anything other than my team's color, I don't like your ass. It's simple as that. This ain't new age NBA where I'm high fives, all that. No, we out there playing. I'm trying to beat you. I'm trying to smack you. Then we can be friends. Let's go to the next. But yeah, Suns and under. That's what I would be looking at. And no, I mean, Sixers and under, my guys. Next game up, we have the Nets versus the Raptors. Raptors are laying 4 points here, guys. What are we doing? Who's playing for the Raptors? I mean, Jordan. I see like the last few games, the Raptors been resting guys, and they've been winning, but they've dropped to 12th in the playoff standings over there in the East. Jordan, you like anything in this? Are you laying the points with the Raptors versus the Nets? And who's playing?
Well, I'm not laying the points, but I will say that all the guys, I think, or most of the guys, and we'll see here in like 20 minutes, obviously, but I think most of the guys for Toronto were taken off the injury report last night. So I'm assuming for their sake that they're going to be mostly healthy tonight. But like I'm kind of questioning whether Kyrie's going to give it a go tonight. That's kind of the biggest thing I'm watching for this game, because after playing last night, you got to think he's a candidate to get some rest. Obviously, this line's been trending in the direction of that happening. So going to be glued to the injury report here at 1:30 to see if that's the case. If he plays, though, I might be interested in the over, but because of but I would also need the Raptors to be mostly healthy and taking this game seriously as well, which has no guarantees. So probably going to be off this game entirely because of the, like Jay mentioned, the tank factor for the Raptors, but also just unknowing what the Nets are going to look like here roster-wise on the second out of a back-to-back. We've seen Blake Griffin sit out most back-to-backs. So there's just some question marks I have before I can really get involved in this game either way.
Yeah, I could definitely see Blake Griffin sitting out Jordan. That's another huge question mark. Obviously, Kyrie here though, so that's something good. He must be out, right, Junior? If it's going up to 4 for the Raptors, what you think here? Somebody got some inside info. Let's see what bookmaker got, Junior. What you like it?
I mean, he has to be out. If he's not out, and I mean, you have to take Brooklyn in this spot. What like? There's no other way that this line could be what it is if he's playing. So, but I mean, listening to Jordan try to cap this game just kind of convinced me that I can't possibly bet on this game because he's talking about who might play, who might not play, who might be motivated, who's not, who's tanked. Get out of here, bro. This game is garbage.
And just Junior, I'm glad you say because it's like, what are the Raptors doing? So they've won 3 straight games, but the injured, the guys that they're throwing, the guys that they're throwing out there, it's just like I don't know what they're doing. Like I say, they were sitting at Junior, they were sitting at 10 and they were doing this still in the playoff tournament. Now they're sitting at 12. What you think, Junior?
When Boucher was going off against OKC and Pascal Siakam and was it Kyle Lowry like dancing on the sidelines, like somebody has to send a memo to NBA players like, bruh, if you're injured, stop dancing on the sidelines. It's like you're provoking people. Like it's like you're not even like self-aware. Like just be smarter than that, bro. Shit is so annoying.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, and I think a few of them were supposed to be legs. So Siakam was supposed to be shoulder, and I say supposed to because my guy Jordan always say with them phantom injuries. Van Fleet with a hip. Then I don't know what's up with Larry. I don't even know why he stayed over there. We get off this game, man. Let's go to the next game. Warriors versus Wizards, my guy. I mean, it's a pretty good game. Both teams have been hyped. Don't look now. What the Wizards have won 5 straight. The Warriors have won 4 out of 5 here. What we doing in this one, Junior? This one should be a game here. It shouldn't be no WNBA game here. It should be actually an NBA game. No Hachimura for the Wizards. They've been hot. Last game of a homestand for the Wizards. Last game of a road trip for the Warriors. What you liking in this one, my guy?
I think that the Warriors on the money line is a spot that I'm interested in. It's not an official play because the Wizards have played a few more games. And all these games that are starting to pile up are really starting to take a toll on the players. Like Jamal Murray's knee gone, Damian Lillard with the hamstring. All these there's a lot more hamstring and like leg injuries than you would think lately. So I think that Golden State might be in a better position, but I don't really want to step like. You could convince me on both sides of this game, which is why it's a stay away because the Wizards as home dogs, as hot as they've been. Like, they got some good wins. Like, I talk about quality wins. They got some pretty good wins. So, I'm just off this game for now. I don't see an advantage either way.
Got you. Yeah. What you thinking on this one, Jordan? I just heard a weird-ass noise, man. I don't know what the hell is going on. Jordan, what's going on, my guy? What you liking?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Junior on the spread side of things. I can't find value either way in this game. With the way Curry and the Warriors have been playing, and then combine that with like how hot the Wizards are, it's tough to pick a side in this game. I will say the last time they played, the total went way under, and that was with a lot more healthy bodies. But at the same time, if you're betting the under here at 238.5, it has gone down several points now since it opened. So I do believe that may end up being the right side here, but. You got no Wiseman for the Warriors and no Rui, like you said, for the Wizards, and they only scored 217 points against each other the last time out. So lean under, but man, it's tough for me to trust the Wizards defense here. I can definitely trust the Warriors defense. I've gotten on them some nice underplays here, at least recently, especially over the last month or so. But they're also pretty banged up. Don't know if Damian Lee's going to play, which would be more of a source of offense, obviously. So if he sits, that would help the under. So really, it's tough. It's tough for me, but I think I'll give it a strong lean, but not. I don't know if I'm going to get there.
Me personally, I like the Warriors here. And you talk about that last game, Jordan, where the Wizards beat them by 3. And I mean, I talked about it earlier. That was the game after the Warriors beat the Bucks. They had beat the Bucks 2 days prior to that by 1, 122-121 in a stunner. Here, so Hachimura had 22 points in that game, in the last game that they beat them by 3. Obviously, you won't have them here. I like the Warriors here. I'm not betting, in my opinion, right now. If you guys are watching Steph, he's like tapping into some type of energy or something, some shit. I wouldn't bet against him right now until he looks like he's slowing down. Right now, he's playing on a different planet. The Warriors, they have been on the road, like I say, already 4-1 on this road trip. This is the last game of the road trip. I think they'll come to the house and lose versus the Nuggets. I think they take this one, though. To be honest with you, if they're at full squad, I'll be on the Warriors minus the 2 today, my guys. Going with Steph Curry, all led. Wizards, I know they've been playing well, but I don't think they have a good enough defense to beat these boys. The way they're cooking right now, I like the Warriors in this spot, man. It's just, and what I've been seeing lately, I've been seeing when these teams have been in the last team, Junior know what I'm talking about, last game of their homestand, and they finna go out on the road right after that. They sometimes come out kind of flat in that last game. Got to kiss your wife goodbye. You're heading right on the road after that. Regardless, for a lot of reasons, I think the Warriors get them. Obviously, I got to wait and see that they don't even rest Steph or no bullshit. But yeah, now full squad here, guys. I'll be on the Warriors minus the 2. I like them. It ain't no whiz kids for me today. I think Mr. Hachimura really going to come back to bite them. Revenge game, Jay here. Warriors come out and play. Yeah, I like them Warriors today, my guys. Minus 2. Next game up, let's get the Hawks. We got the Hawks here versus the Knicks. Knicks been red hot. They covered yesterday, not in the first half for me, but they covered the game yesterday, back-to-back for both teams. The Hawks did cover versus the Magic. The line went from Knicks minus 1.5 to Hawks minus 1.5. Jordan, no Gallinari here for the Hawks. As we know, that's only person injured right now. Jordan, anything you like in this one?
I capped this game up and down this morning trying to find a play because I really wanted to bet the under, but a couple things kept me away from it. And mainly it's been just how these two teams have played one another so far through 2 games. Granted, I'm usually one to kind of fade that and go with the opposite direction if the first meeting or two had gone over the total, which the first one went under, but it was set pretty high at 224.5, and then at 218.5 they went way over the last time they played back in February. So but two desperate teams here trying to jockey for playoff position. You have to think that this is going to be a pretty low-scoring game if it favors the Knicks' pace. The problem is with them coming off the back-to-back, I could really see them giving up some points tonight, even though it is a home-and-home back-to-back, and they've been at home for a while. So it's not really – I wouldn't say it's too detrimental, but tough for me to find a value in this game. Obviously, the spread's very tight, almost a coin flip in this instance. I think the Gallinari injury – probably doesn't matter too much for the Hawks, even though they're still down DeAndre Hunter, I think, too. So they're a little thin in that position, but Bogdanovich has been playing really well. They're pretty versatile with Kevin Huerter as well. So they're going to have some guys to throw at this Knicks defense. It's going to be very interesting to watch here. I think I'm going to stay away, though. I think both these lines are very sharp. I just can't seem to find value in it, even though it's, like I said, I tried very hard this morning.
Got you. Yeah, it's a tough game, man. If there's a toss-up game, it's going to be a tough one. I'm not Junior, what do you think? Keep going riding with the Knicks or what? The Hawks been hot as well. 2 hot teams, in my opinion, facing off against each other. Junior, we know that the Hawks have much better offense. Knicks have a much better defense. Who's going to win today?
Yeah, I like the Knicks here, money line. I think there's value in the Knicks in this spot. The home team, they both played in a back-to-back. The Hawks got to fly in from Atlanta. I think that the Hawks' lack of defense bodes well for the Knicks. I feel like the way the Knicks front line matches up with the Hawks' current front line. I like the way the defense matches up with the Hawks' offense, who's been on fire. The Hawks have been playing really, really well. You have to give them credit. So I'm definitely not underestimating the Knicks. I think that the fact that the line flip-flop like that kind of shows you that you can make an argument for both teams. I just prefer the Knicks in this specific spot with both teams coming off a back-to-back. And the way that they've just been playing overall, they're not only winning games, they're covering spreads. And they just look like a team that believes that they're good. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple of weeks ago, they were kind of faltering. They lost 5 or 6, and it kind of looked like they were slipping. Now you mentioned it, Jay. They're in a battle for playoff positioning now. Like everything outside the top 3 in the East, it's kind of up for grabs, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're the Knicks, the motivation is there. There's no lack of motivation, and just the way they play, they're just a hard-nosed, tough-ass team with the rest in terms of not having to travel, if you want to look at it that way. Give me the Knicks. Much better home team. A much better team, obviously, at home. I like it. Money line. That's my
Yeah,
play.
I definitely couldn't talk anybody off the Knicks. It's crazy. They played twice already this year. Knicks beat them in Atlanta 113-108, January 4th. Then February 15th, they beat them in New York 123-112. So they've shown they can beat the Hawks 2 times already this year. So, I mean, that should make you feel even better, Junior. I guess in theory, it is a double revenge for the Hawks. This is a toss-up game, guys. I'm staying away from it. Not betting against the Knicks right now. I think they're going forward their eighth straight win. I think they've covered 10 straight games. They've been hot, guys. And like the main cap here, like Junior says, back-to-back for both teams. One of them had to travel. The other one didn't. You see what I'm saying? So that it's kind of like that Blazers tonight. You dig it? So, but it's not back-to-back for the Nuggets. But still, y'all know what I mean. Yeah, Knicks are nothing for me here. It's a toss-up game, guys. It's going to be a really good one to watch. I'll be watching this one, maybe make an in-play so you get some plus money on either side. But I could definitely not talk anybody out of the red-hot Knickerbockers on this one, my guys. Next game up, we got the Heat. We have the Heat versus the Spurs here. Who's going to play? He's going to play here. So Spurs sitting at -1 here, Jordan. Obviously, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler's rested a couple of straight games, and Hero rested the last game. Maybe they'll come back here in theory. What you thinking here, Jordan? Who do you think comes back to play for one? And if they do, who would you like in this game, my guy?
I'm hoping that Bam and Jimmy play. I think that if those two get suited up, I feel a lot more comfortable backing Miami here. I think the better play is probably going to be something like a first set under here. Those guys suit up because I think they're just as valuable. Or if they sit either way, I think that actually has value too. So I would say that probably my strong lean on this one would be that. But I need to know what Miami's rosters look for. I asked some money in this game. Being said, Spurs have had the best first half defense in the last 5 games. They're top 4 team with first half defense. They're at home. They've cashed 3 straight unders against some pretty stiff competition during that stretch. And if you're a healthy Miami team coming in, once again, kind of in that mind frame trying to win a game here down the stretch, this could be a very low-scoring game. I'm kind of hoping it plays to the Heat's pace a little bit more, but both teams capable of playing and down in pace here.
-1 as bad as they've been playing kind of tells you that bookmakers have no idea who's playing for the Heat. Because if they had any idea that one of the people we've mentioned was playing, there's no way that this would be the line. So the line is kind of telling you that you should probably stay away from this game.
Junior, the odds makers don't even know who the hell is playing.
That's what I'm saying. They're telling you that with the line. The line is telling you.
It's Heat or none for me. Obviously, need full squad. If Jimmy, Bam, and Hero come back, I'll likely be on the Heat. The Spurs are one of those funky teams where they're almost like the Pacers. They don't cover spreads at the house. They can't even win at the house. This team lost to the Cavs by 24 points at the house right after losing to the Pacers. So if I'm not mistaken, they've lost their past 3 home games. They have won 2 in a row. That's been on the road. You see what I'm saying? They do come back to the house here. The Heat, they've won 2 in a row as well. Full squad for the Heat. I think they could. I think they're primed to go on a little run here. I'd be on them. Obviously, you'll see the line move up to Heat -4 or something if everybody is in, my guy. But let's get to the next game. Unfortunately, it's what we have to go through, and I had to put the game up there because it's supposed to be a big game, guys. But Grizzlies versus Clippers. We're not sure who's playing here. A couple of huge injuries on the Memphis side, a couple of huge injuries on possibly for the Clippers here, Junior. What you thinking on this one, my guy? Do you know who's playing?
Not betting on a Clippers game until right before the game starts or until the injury report comes out. And again, I'm sorry. People are probably going to get annoyed at that, but you're not going to get more annoyed than me losing money. So that's just the way that it's got to be. Now, if I know who's playing, if it's full squads, you got to kind of ride with the Clippers here in this situation. They've just been so hot, playing really well. Even though the Grizzlies been covering spreads, you need obviously way more points, and you kind of have no idea what the spread is supposed to look like because, again, you have no idea who's playing. This line is telling you more than what any of us are saying. The line is telling you these people that are putting out these numbers have no idea who's playing. That's what the line tells you.
Yeah, and I think this line is kind of telling us that, I hear myself in the background touch it, but regardless, I think this line is telling us that maybe Paul George or Rondo won't play. So they were already sitting at 4.5. So, I mean, it could be coming down because Jaren Jackson Jr. might play. But like I say, back-to-back, Kawhi's out for a week. So we know that for sure. It's a back-to-back here, not a whole ton, you know what I'm saying, to prove in this game. Because see, Rondo, he's definitely an older player. You need him for the playoffs. He was already banged up. If Rondo and PG sit here, I could definitely see it happen. And then, yeah, it'll be grind city. I'll be putting the pants on. But need to know for sure. I mean, hell, even on the other side, we know Valanciunas is already out starting center. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr., Triple J, kind of like the show. He is super close to coming back. Possibly will be this game. Dylan Brooks was out the last game as well with a sore left knee, so it'll be interesting to see if he'll come back here. They will need him in this one as well. So this Grizzlies are the other team. I said something when they come off the double overtime game versus the Nuggets. I was just like, that's just a tough game. So I think it is a tough spot for the Grizzlies, but they're the ones that lost that game here. You're gonna need PG and Rondo out for the Clippers for me to hop on the Grizzlies here. Jordan, you back? I know Jordan did tell me it's a blizzard over there. So Jordan, you good?
Okay.
Oh shit! John Wick jumped back into the Matrix. Keanu just rolls.
Yeah. Now Jordan, we can't hear you, my guy. It's all good though. Junior, so yeah, Junior went to. This a tough game, guys. It's Grizzlies or nothing for me. I put it like that. And just for what it's worth, I do think there's a high percentage chance that George and Rondo will sit. And if that happens, you know what I'm saying, I think this could be a Grizzlies game for the taking. Obviously, they'll probably close as the favorite in this one, but we don't know who's playing right now, guys. And so it's tough that we come out here to say it, but that's the NBA right now. And if you've been betting it, you know. We don't like losing our money. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to be putting some shit on some that's a question mark. Let's get to this next game. We have the Pistons versus the Mavs here, Junior. The Mavs coming off a terrible game versus the Kings. I'll tell you that right now. The Kings are not necessarily like the Pistons. The Pistons can scrap. I think the Mavs come out here pissed, Junior, flat out. I think they come out pissed in this first quarter, first half, and smack these boys up. It's just for what it's worth. Obviously, I know they've been hard to trust, but I think the Mavs come out here and take some aggression out on the Pistons, who are a tanking team coming off a win. Junior, what do you think about that?
The first half might have some value. The first quarter line, I don't like it. -3.5, it's a lot. -6. I mean, I just don't trust the Mavs right now. I believed in them against Sacramento. I took them in the first half. And I did not like what they see because the Kings are really garbage. So I just need to see more from Dallas before I can invest in them again. I just can't trust them right now.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Somebody says, Jay, stop exposing the they crazy. Nah, if you know, you know. I thought, let me see. I don't know what we're doing, but yeah, no, it would be Mavs early for me in that one. It's not even official. I am with you on there, Junior. It's tough to trust them, but I do think they're since they're coming off those terrible performances, I really do think they'll come to play, and you'll see one of their better performers. Like when they have performances like that, they respond. So I actually don't think that 3.5 is too much in the first quarter for the Mavs. I actually don't. All right. I'm going to go with it. It's going to be a quarter of a unit for me. So it's going to be a quarter of a unit, half of a half unit. But I'm going to sprinkle some on the Mavs in that first quarter, -3.5. I think they come out pissed. I think they're going to smack the shit out them boys, man. I think the Mavs in the first half going to cover as well, my guys. Let's get to the next one, though. Last game up. Let's get to this last game up. We got the Nuggets versus the Blazers here, Junior. I'll tell you, I'm waiting on the lineups. I know Damon's coming back. As long as CJ or Powell don't rest, they did play 30-some minutes last night. Back-to-back, no travel. I think it's a fire blazing type day, Junior. In all honesty, I really do. They've lost 4 out of 5. The Nuggets, Junior, just let me talk to you real quick. The Nuggets won 3 straight, right, ever since Murray went down. We know at some point Murray they're going to go and take some losses or maybe even go on a little losing streak. Murray will matter. They even down Monte Morris as well now. So that's 2 point guards that they're down, my guys. Junior, what you think here? Are you taking the Nuggets? What are we doing?
Yeah, so this morning I actually wrote an article for SBR where I made a money line parlay where I did Nuggets. I dropped some Nuggets and the Knicks, and I got the Knicks at a terrible price because it was earlier when the Knicks were the favorite. So I got a money line parlay, Knicks Nuggets that pays +215. Pays way more than that now that the Knicks are plus money. But anyway. You know I'm not a fire blazing kind of guy. I see your argument. I don't like the spot for them. Dame is coming back, but everybody else is out. Coming back from a hamstring injury is kind of tough, too. I will give you this though: the Monte Morris injury is a lot bigger than people think because your homie Campazzo, he did not look good in the last game. Campazzo was not looking comfortable out there at all. So that because it's not just Monte Morris' ability to lead the team. It's his ability to kind of get buckets. Monte Morris can score. He's actually a really good backup point guard, honestly. So that being said, my biggest issue is what you said as the lineup. I don't expect Nurkic to play again today, obviously, right?
Why not? Why don't you? He was just resting yesterday.
Is he playing? Is that official?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I think that, in all honesty, that he was just resting yesterday for the first game of back-to-back. I don't see him on the injury report today.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even mean to sound like that. I'm just super annoyed that now that as difficult as it is to cap, I mean, half of the things that Jordan said on the show, I know he's not here right now, but he was like, yeah, if this guy plays, then I'm going to do that. If this, not because that's the game we got to play. Basically, the only way that we could do this show properly with the way the NBA is right now is to do the show like at 6 p.m. right before the game start. So anyways, with that said, I'm kind of like not on the Nuggets right now, but I already made that an official pick on SBR, so I can't pretend it's not a pick. So that's an official play. At the price I got it at this morning, like I said, it pays plus 215, but it would pay way more than that now because the Knicks are plus money.
And so the reason why you're saying it's tough because we are getting put in a tough spot doing the show. I mean, we're still going to do the show at this time, and then we're just telling guys how to look at games. Unfortunately, this is the game that they're playing with us right now. It won't always happen, obviously, especially when it's playoff time. It definitely won't happen. We'll know who's playing every single night. Right now,
it's closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's towards the end of the season, guys. And unfortunately, it's just what we have to deal with right now as NBA cappers. I am taking a huge step back, like I told you guys yesterday on the show. I'm taking a huge step back from the NBA. Obviously, I have other stuff to focus on right now, but it's just right now, it wouldn't even pay to be focused on the NBA 24/7 like I used to be. It's for what? I mean, looking at stuff all night right now we're talking Embiid questionable, and I kind of told you this might happen. Embiid questionable and Seth Curry questionable. They play the Bucks tomorrow, so sometimes you just have to use common sense. Which game do they really care about? Or just even looking into an advance, seeing that they play the Bucks tomorrow, it's like I'm standing.
And they play the Bucks in back-to-back games.
Exactly.
They play them again in like 2 days.
It's just so crazy, guys. So, I mean, you guys go dump a bunch of money on these games if you like. But, for me tonight, in all honesty, I think the Blazers are the best play on the board here. And this is a later game, so we know Dame's coming back. CJ and Powell did play a bunch of minutes last night. So, I always say be careful. Nurkic's not on the injury report. He should be back. Hopefully, CJ or Powell don't go out. But full squad, guys, I'll likely be on the Blazers. I'll get back to betting this one serious. I really like the Blazers in this spot. It's a revenge spot for the Nuggets. They already had to play them. The Blazers been having this beef with the Nuggets since I think it was 2 or 3 years ago when the Blazers put the Nuggets out. They were up they were up 3-2 in the series. Then the Blazers go to Denver, win the last 2 games. And CJ
McCollum went bananas in Game 7.
Yeah, he did. They can't really guard. The Nuggets, as good a defensive team they are, the Blazers have so many scores when it's Dame and CJ. And now you got Powell, you got Carmelo and them coming off the bench. Without them missing Murray, I think this is a game that they lose without Murray and Morris, bro. Like, if full squad for the Blazers, when I tell you I'm going to be all over them, Junior, I really like the Blazers in this spot, bro.
I can't say I hope you win because I got a parlay, but it's just a sprinkle because I never really, these money line parlays, I don't put too much on them. But yeah, I'm on that. So
I think it's Smack City for the Blazers here. In all honesty, I really do. Once I saw Dame come in, I need everybody in there. I'm gonna tell you,
Jay, one of my leans in that game is the over because the Blazers I can never trust a team that does not play any defense. Their defense is just terrible. And in a back-to-back spot, because Norman Powell was I was watching that game. Norman Powell was balling yesterday. He expended a lot of energy in that game, and so did CJ. They played heavy minutes in that game yesterday.
They did. They didn't play 40, but it was a high 30.
It was a high 30.
I noticed it because, like I say, I'm not surprised by these injuries anymore, guys. It's what they're doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if Powell or CJ got it, and that's why I'm not on it yet. I'll probably still be on it just a sprinkle, but if it's full go, when I tell I'm smacking it. I'm telling you this. But yeah, so Powell played almost 40 minutes and CJ played 36. So I'll tell you, that's not good for me. It's not. Nobody else played over 30 other than that. So they might choose to rest one of them. Today's NBA, they may do it, but they have lost 4 out of 5 as well, guys. So it would be the Blazers for me. I am waiting to see who's going to play, and unfortunately decided to do it, but it's just how I have to do it, my guys. I can't force one on something, and then like I did last time and Dame was out. I was pissed. That's the last time I've made an early bet. That's the last time, Junior. So we finna get out of here, man. Break them off with your officials. Junior.
Yeah, I don't even really have too many plays, honestly. I got the Suns, Sixers under. I took the Knicks money line because, like I said, in that parlay that I was talking about, I had the Knicks at -125. I did that like literally as soon as I woke up this morning. Parlayed with Denver at -130, and I played +215. But I took the Knicks again on the money line because the odds improved because I just really believe they're going to win outright. So my official play other than that Sun Sixers total is the Knicks on the money line. So that's 2 plays, and I'll just make the Knicks Denver money line official because it's on the SBR website, so I can't pretend I didn't make that play. Light sprinkle because it's a +215. Just trying to get away with a little something. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
I'm with you.
The juice we pay over the course of the season costs a lot of damn money. As much money as I know that you play, and as much money as I play. Just always trying to get some plus money anywhere I can every night. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and what Junior is saying is we bet real money on these games, man, and maybe sometimes they're not necessarily small money. So we come on here kind of a little hesitant, make some plays. Like I know he don't like losing, I don't either, and especially when it's real money. You know what I'm saying? Probably 10 times what y'all putting on it. Yeah, man, it's serious. But I'll tell you, for me, guys, today, I like the Warriors. Obviously, we talking about full squads. No any superstars injured. I'm talking about like a Steph Curry. Warriors -2. The Blazers +1.5 for me, guys. I really like them. I hadn't bet them yet. Those are 2 plays that I really like today. And Mavs in that first quarter, -3.5. I am going to make that one officials. I'm going to quarter unit. I'm going to sprinkle on this Mavs first quarter, -3.5. But I think they will come out and smack these Pistons. I think they're pissed. I know they're not in good form, but they're still a really good team. And just, you know what I'm saying, they just had a couple of sleepy spots. I wouldn't be surprised if Mavs trifecta them boys tonight, my guys. But yeah, I'm waiting for some confirmations. Blazers is the spot for me today. Heavy spot. Waiting for confirmations, guys, unfortunately. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, my guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Jordan should be back. Tomorrow? Should Jordan be back tomorrow, my guys? Better internet. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe. We gone.